Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are back to week 3 of the NFL season, where the Jets are 2-0 going up against the 0-2 Browns. Last week, in a very tight game, and a closer game than it should have been, we beat the Miami Dolphins in an interconference matchup, where now the Jets are leading the AFC East, where the Patriots are 0-2. I'm gonna guess and assume based on injuries. Bills are 1-1, Dolphins are 1-1. So far, so good. I have edited the draft class. I will show you guys the scouted players in the next episode. Just because I want to try and forget the ratings of who I made and everything. I'm hoping by the end of the season I've completely forgotten the overalls and ratings and everything. So when it comes to draft day, I'm going to pick the people I want to pick, no matter what the ratings are, whatever. Anyway, training's complete. I'm not going to re-sign either one of these players. Robbie Anderson hasn't really shown me enough to value a re-sign, and Tyler Kroft's getting better, but he's 25, and I don't exactly know how long I want to keep him. So we're gonna keep using him. Probably about mid-season is probably when we're gonna start re-signing some players just to see how they do. Probably around week 8 or 9 is when we will re-sign Robbie Anderson or any of these other players. Cameron Wake was someone I had to re-sign right then and there because he is just that good, and he's the star on my defense. Next to Jamal Adams, he's the highest overall player. You know, even Leonard Williams isn't even up there. I mean, DRC's an 86, Trey Boston's an 85. I mean, Avery Williamson's an 88, but that's because he's an outside linebacker. I mean, nobody on offense is that high yet. I mean, Richie Incognito's up there, Robbie Anderson's up there, but other than that, I mean, my defense, my scheme fit is horrible. 68. Defense is actually pretty solid, or offense is actually pretty solid. So, without further ado, let's hop into this game. We're going to be playing at the Cleveland Stadium. We'll see if the Cleveland Browns, who are led by either Tyrod Taylor or Baker Mayfield. And it is a Thursday night primetime game, so we're going to rock the Color Rush. Because why not? I can't remember if we did Color Rush last week or not, so if we didn't, then we didn't. But we're going to go ahead and give these guys their Color Rush. There it is. It's that all brown look. We're going to give that to them. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I love this presentation. It is awesome. New York Jets are going up against the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Brown Stadium, First Energy Field in Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome to the Dog Pound, where some huge names now reside. Jarvis Landry, Josh Gordon, Tyrod Taylor, Baker Mayfield. Defensively, Myles Garrett. Joel Charles already having a decent season. He had a very good game last week. Touchdown, 127 yards, 24 carries. No fumbles, which was awesome. The Browns are going to be heading out, hoping to get their first win of the season, as the Jets are already off to a very, very nice start. But the Jets are going to start this game today with the ball, as the kick is off and underway. And DeAnthony Thomas back to return. DeAnthony Thomas trying to find a lane. Not quite able to find anything. And here's a look at the starting quarterback. 45 for 61, 516 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 picks so far this season. Gotta work on the interceptions. Now comes Teddy B, ready to lead this offense. Alright, so let's see. We're going to go out of the gun. Now, we did get Richie Incognito back, which is absolutely awesome. I'm glad that we've got Richie. Richie Incognito was out for a couple of weeks. Sadly, at the beginning of the, or about the second week of the preseason, sadly. But I'm really hoping. And speaking of, Jamal Charles with a nice 8-yard carry. Or call it 6. Very good start already. Last week he had an incredible game already. He's up to 200 yards and a touchdown on the season. Really want to get those numbers up more, though. It is 3 weeks in. I really need him to start being the workhorse of this offense. And I understand that this offense is a pass-oriented offense, so I also want to get him involved in the receiving game as much as possible as well. Watch that edge. Myles Garrett and Jamie Collins are the two captains coming, and that's a catch by Charles. Very, very quick pass there by Teddy Bridgewater under pressure. Very well done, and nice job by Jamal Charles to make the catch. 6-yard reception to move the sticks. Don't know, 58. Pretty sure. I think that might be. No, I don't know who 58 is off the top of my head, to be honest. He's one of the. Oh, that's Christian Kirksey. Sorry about that. Christian Kirksey and Jamie Collins. There we go. I thought that was Myles Garrett coming off the edge. I guess they've moved him primarily to pass rush sets more than anything else. Here we go. We're going to go ahead and get some curls going here. And there's Quincy Enunwa on the slot, Robbie Anderson and Des Bryant to the left and right. In the backfield is Mr. Kuhn. We are going to let run a route because he actually does a pretty solid job when receiving. He tried to truck through both of them, but gets wrapped up there. Speaking of giving him some receiving yards, he's actually had a pretty good season receiving. Here we go, look at the offensive line here. Richie Incognito and Jari Evans are the stars at the guard positions. Everyone else is pretty much mediocre. The backs, Jamal Charles, Des Bryant at receiver, and Tyler Croft, picked up from the Bengals after he had an amazing season with the injury to Tyler Eifert. There's Robbie Anderson to the right side. If he gets open, it's going to be a big day for him. Jamal Charles cuts it upfield and gets wrapped up immediately. Looks like Demarius Randall making the tackle there. Very well designed play there. Go ahead and continue this passing offense. In the gun, Teddy Bridgewater. John Kuhn to his left. He's going to go ahead and have him protect in the pass. And throwing a laser over the middle and incomplete, intended for Des Bryant. Tried to give him an opportunity to make a nice catch in traffic there, but no avail. We're going to get a look at this Cleveland Browns defense. Myles Garrett, Jamie Meter, Larry Ogunjobi, and Emmanuel Agbar, your D lineman. Joe Schobert, the NFL tackle leader last year. Michael Kendricks and Jamie Collins. Derek Kindred, Bream, Body Calhoun, EJ Gaines, and TJ Carey. Going to be your secondary for the Cleveland Browns. If you're a Browns fan, let me know in the chat or in the comments of the video post stream. Be week 3 of the actual NFL regular season. I might switch it up. May do 2 games a week. We'll see. We will see how things go. Albert Wilson to the slot left. Looking with time. Teddy Bridgewater chased by Emmanuel Agba. He's going to get wrapped up after a carry of a yard. He had a lot of rushing yards last week. And here's some notable inactives. A lot of very good players. But Steve McLendon is going to be coming back next week, which is going to be awesome. Really excited to have him back soon. Also excited to have the rest of the offense back, which is really excited to have DeMarco Murray, Orleans Darkwa back. So then Jamal Charles will stay the starter, but then we can just put DeMarco Murray as our power back, and then Orleans Darkwa might just, we might move him. I don't know what we'll do with him. And wrapped up there, that's going to be Jamie Meter in on the sack. Way too much time, and the receivers took too long to develop their routes, and that's going to bring up a very, it was a delayed drive, took about 2 minutes, and called about 3, and that's going to be a little bit too far. I thought we might have had it inbounds. Jarvis Landry was back to return that time. And here's Tyrod Taylor, the starting quarterback. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick, 463 yards, 36 for 76. Very good day for him. And a very good season so far for him. And one formation that really seemed to work for us was the 5-2. Here we go, Taylor dumping off. David Njoku with space. Breaking one tackle, breaking another. Finally wrapped up after a 25-yard catch and run. David Njoku off the big play. There it is. There's a dump off. Catch. He avoids one. He breaks off of one. Breaks off of two. And then almost breaks off of three. David Njoku becoming a big part of this offense. Here we go. Go ahead and send a blitz, get some pressure coming. Right under center, Duke Johnson in the backfield. Play action here for Tyrod. Tyrod throwing quick, and Josh Gordon, the intended receiver that time, is going to drop it. No catch for the flash. Here's some of the offensive linemen. Derek Newton at right tackle, and Chris Hubbard at right tackle. I guess Derek Newton's playing left. Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson are the backs, with Jarvis Landry and Josh Gordon are your receivers. Bringing up a 2nd and 10. 2 receiver set with a tight end to the right in the pistol. Looks like it's going to be a handoff to I keep wanting to say David Johnson. Duke Johnson. Duke Johnson Jr. That should bring up the Jets defense. Let's take a look. Henry Anderson, Mike Pennell, David Bass, and Cameron Wake. With Bowman, Navarro Bowman, Avery Williamson, and Jordan Jenkins in your linebacking core. With Jamal Adams, Trey Boston, DRC, and Trumaine Johnson, your secondary. A very, very talented defense. That defensive line is even better when you bring in the fact that Steve McLendon and Leonard Williams are both part of the defensive tackles. Tyrod Taylor with time, getting out of the pocket, throwing away, and way out of bounds. Intended that time for Duke Johnson. Called a, 1-3 possession for him. That's going to bring up 4th and 8 and going to call on the punting team. Punt return will be Anthony Thomas. And out of bounds at the 24-yard line. The punter Cole Quit. And coming back out is Joe Schobert. This man led the NFL in tackles last year, was one of the leaders, and really just surprised the NFL a little bit, to be honest. He come out as a All-Pro and was a Pro Bowler as well. Here we go, handoff to Charles, to the outside. Jamal Charles with space. Makes one man miss. Tries to make a second, and he's going to get tackled after a good carry of about 20 yards. Very good first carry for JC, as he's already getting going. Dropping back. And throwing a laser, and that's going to be caught. Tyler Croft's first reception of the day, as he's going to get brought down after a nice pitch and catch. Tyler Croft becoming a very valuable part of this offense. debating on whether I'm not going to stay with the same play. Under center, dropping back, throwing another laser. Tyler Croft makes the reception, sure-handed, bringing up a second in inches. He's already got 2 receptions and a bunch of yards already. We go 4.5 minutes left in this first quarter, as there have been no points scored. Just inside the red zone. I formation for Teddy Bridgewater. He rolls out. It's going to be play action. He's going to throw a laser. That's to Des Bryant. And Des Bryant's going to fight forward for a nice catch of 11 yards. First and goal at the 8. Here's Jamal Charles in the backfield with space, and he's going to run, and he's going to get wrapped up. Not able to cut inside. Wrapped up there by Body Calhoun. They're going to go for it once again. In the no huddle, they're going to try and sneak it in with JC, and there's a flag on the play, and that's going to be a tackle, but the flag, I believe, is going to be, might be an offsides penalty.
Offside defense.
The offside's on the defense, so that's going to bring it back to a second and goal on the 1.
Still second down.
Oh, and he's tired. I wanted to give him his touchdown that he earned. Alright, I guess not. I guess we're going to give Davion Smith a touchdown. And second and goal on the 1, and powering forward, Davion Smith trucks his way forward for the touchdown. I believe that's his first on the season. As they're excited about the touchdown, we're going to go for the extra point here, and Kairos Santos, who missed no extra points, but missed, I believe, 2 or 3 field goals last week, drills the extra point to give the Jets a 7-0 lead as they score first in this contest. 6 plays, 75 yards, took about 2 minutes, 1 carry, no yards, and a touchdown for Davion Smith on that drive. And the kickoff, way out of the back of the end zone. That's going to bring it out to the 25. As out will come this Cleveland Browns offense in a 3 tight end formation to the left. Aaron Fells, Seth DeValve, David Njoku are the tight ends. Dropping back, Tyrod Taylor. He's going to dump it off. That's going to be Seth DeValve making the catch, and he's going to make a catch for, call it about 9. Give him 8 on the play, making it a 2nd and 2. Trey Boston's second tackle today. And looks like the Jets are going to bring a blitz. And a big tackle there. Nice job, Navarro Bowman wrapping up Duke Johnson for a loss of a yard. Navarro Bowman slowly and steadily becoming a leader of this defense. Becoming one of the better players on this team and returning to his former form when he played in the 49ers. Another handoff as Duke Johnson makes Jamal Adams miss, and he's going to get wrapped up there by Trey Boston. Or no, sorry, Tremaine Johnson in on the tackle. Sorry about the lack of commentary. I'm just trying to think of things to say. I mean, it's not really much happening so far. Pretty steady drives, pretty easy, no big plays or anything. Tyrod Taylor, another handoff to Duke Johnson. He's just going to get wrapped up by Neville Hewitt. Neville Hewitt, our coverage and sub linebacker. Someone I'm excited to see develop as a younger player in this league, as he played in Miami, and he's been a pick machine whenever he plays. He got a pick. I think he had a good interception early in the preseason. I think he might have had a pick as well in the first game of the season. Draw play there for Duke Johnson, and he's going to get wrapped up that time by 23, Terrence Brooks. In the gun for Tyrod Taylor. Drops back, he's looking with pressure, dumping it off. David Njoku holds on for the catch. Are they going to give him forward progression? They might. Does not look like they do, though. It's going to be Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie making the stop, 4th and 1. That's going to call on the punt team. Going on the punt team, DeAnthony Thomas is going to be back to return. Hopefully he gets a chance to return. Looks like it's going to be punted out on the sidelines. 26, but the same thing for Colquitt once again. So out comes Teddy Bridgewater in this very, very lethal offense. It's already just been a scoring machine. He has no passing touchdowns today, though, sadly. But that may or may not change. Back is Jamal Charles. The handoff to Jamal Charles as he's going to get wrapped up by Joe Schobert. 4 carries, 36 yards, or a former All-Pro and Pro Bowler. I don't know how many Pro Bowls he has or how many times he led the league in rushing or anything. I plan on doing a little bit more research on his stats, and here's the handoff to him throwing the stretch play. He's going to get wrapped up for a big loss of yards, called a loss of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 12. I think we wouldn't call upon Teddy Bridgewater to make a pass. Teddy Bridgewater in the gun, empty set, dropping back. He's looking. He's going to fire a laser over the middle. Caught by Quincy Enunwa in traffic, but there's a flag on the play. More than likely going to be a holding call of some form.
Holding, offense.
And there's the call of holding, and that's going to be on Kelvin Beachum, the left tackle. And that's going to make it a 3rd and 22 instead of a was more manageable 3rd and 12. Tack on 10, and that's going to bring him down to the 14-yard line. With 10 seconds left, and Nunwa to the slot left. And play action on 3rd down. Don't know why we ran it, but we're going to throw a laser, and well overthrown. Should have been picked off that time by number 20. I believe that's Brian Body Calhoun. So a dropped interception there by, yep, there it is, Brian Body Calhoun. He should have had that wide open interception, but intended for Quincy Enunwa on the deep pass. Just a little inaccurate on the throw, and the deep punt by Lachlan Edwards. Back to return, Jarvis Juice Landry makes one man miss. Makes another, and he's going to get wrapped up there by Terrence Brooks. That's going to end the first quarter of play. As we return, Start of the second quarter. Jets lead by 7, but the Browns have possession and they are driving. Handoff, Duke Johnson hit hard by Cameron Wake, the All-Pro, and I believe he's been in the Pro Bowl once. He's a perennial All-Pro. So the Jets are sticking with a lot of man-to-man today. Jarvis Landry and Josh Gordon are very dangerous players, and they really want to keep them in check with Tremaine Johnson and Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. Quick throw there, almost intercepted. Corey Coleman makes the catch as well. He is someone to watch out for. DRC had a chance. He cut down on it, but he just completely whiffed on it. Corey Coleman made a nice catch of 15 yards to move the chains. Jamal Adams brought it down. He made DRC miss as he tried to jump the route and brought down by the president. Handoff, Duke Johnson wrapped up there quickly by Tremaine Johnson. Not Tremaine Johnson. Trey Boston. Sorry, wrong person. I'm really liking Trey Boston on this team. He's doing a fantastic job at free safety. And I'm really excited for what he brings to the table. He's young, he's athletic, he's just a very, very good player in his position, and he really fits what I like in him. Tyrod Taylor in the gun with time. He's looking, dumps off. Jarvis Landry makes the catch, wrapped up there immediately by Terrence Brooks, the safety who also plays sub linebacker for us. He may not be a Jamal Adams or Jabril Peppers, but he can play sub linebacker for us in certain sets. I would like to bring Jamal Adams in more on those sets, but I don't really have a backup strong safety that's capable enough and able to cover the way that he does. Jarvis Landry makes the nice catch, but ducking out of bounds after the catch. So the Jets able to hold them on third down. That's going to call upon the Cleveland Browns field goal unit. As number 2, I don't know who their field goal kicker is, but he's going to get an opportunity to drill one from about 47 yards out. Baker Mayfield with the hold, and the snap is good. And that's Zane Gonzalez drills the 47-yard field goal for 3 to put Cleveland on the board. Back to return to DeAnthony Thomas. Makes a cut. Oh, he makes a man miss. And he was one man away. Seth DeVal was blocked for just a half a second longer. DeAnthony Thomas would have had a touchdown to the house. He would have been making house calls all day long. But he stopped at the 37. Really hoping to bring one back with DeAnthony Thomas, as he was an amazing kick and punt returner in Oregon, as well as he's also been a pretty solid punt and kick returner for Kansas City. Paul Charles makes one man miss, but wrapped up there by Kendricks, the former Philadelphia Eagle. That's going to bring him back to a 2nd and 10. I don't know, I'm just really excited for what this team has, and I'm really excited for the future with it. Jamal Charles, and he's going to try and lower his shoulder, but there's a flag on the play. Could be a holding call.
Holding offense. offense.
Holding on the offense. It's going to be on Jari Evans, the right guard, who's more of a pass blocker than a run blocker. Well, Teddy Bridgewater is very good at under center and in the gun. I know a lot of you guys are probably really looking for a lot of Sam Darnold stuff. Sam Darnold is the big name. Teddy Bridgewater, under pressure, he feels it, escapes it. Throws a quick pass to Tyler Kroft. Tyler Kroft makes the catch. And he's going to move the sticks. A nice avoidance move for Teddy B in the gun. He avoids the pressure and gets out to complete the pass and move the sticks. Brings up a 3rd and 4. Des Bryant to the left. I think he only has 1 catch today. John Kuhn in the game at tailback, as he's going to be on the left. Using him to block. Teddy Bridgewater with time, plenty of time. Throws a laser, almost intercepted that time by Kendricks, and he does not drop too many of those. Teddy Bridgewater having a pretty decent day today. But so far, he still has a lot that he has to work on. Here's the punt. Lachlan Edwards, and back to return is Jarvis Landry. And, oh, it's going to be close, and they're going to down it inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Nice punt by Lachlan Edwards. And this defense is going to try and continue to dominate as they're inside the 5. Going to try and force them their punt or even get a safety. That would, that'd be pretty impressive if they could get their first safety of the season. A big hit there by Neville Hewitt. Carlos Hyde's first carry of the game.
Three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
Here we go. Tyrod Taylor under center. Surprised that Baker Mayfield didn't get the start for the Browns, but Tyrod Taylor has the experience. Taylor drops, finds Njoku for the catch, and wrapped up there by Tremaine Johnson. Tyrod Taylor having a pretty slow day. Needs to really pick up the pace if he's going to stay on par with good yardage and touchdown totals. But this defense hasn't really given him a whole lot of room to run or a whole lot of room to pass. Defense has been pretty locked down so far, and I'm really enjoying what they're doing. I mean, the safeties have been playing incredible. Linebackers really locked up and done a good job. This D-line needs to get better pass rush, but outside of that, I mean, I brought Cameron Wake in for that specific purpose because he's an all-pro pass rusher, and he's a lot older as a veteran, but, the Dolphins were willing to give him up for a very cheap price for players I didn't need and players they needed. So, I mean, I needed better pass rushing defensive end to opposite Leonard Williams, and I plan to probably keep Leonard Williams in a D tackle or move him back to D end. I don't know yet. We'll find out. David Njoku with another catch. I mean, he's been the favorite target for Tyrod Taylor today. Dumping it off to Njoku, I think a total of 4 or 5 times already. And Njoku's been just making play after play. And I mean, it makes sense. Get the ball in the hands of your playmaker. We've been locking up Jarvis Landry and Josh Gordon, so I mean they haven't really had a whole lot of other players to throw to other than Njoku. Duke Johnson in the backfield here in the I formation, 1st and 10. Handoff to Johnson, immediately wrapped up by Cameron Wake. And Cameron Wake, not really a good run stopper, but he's been doing a very, very good job at wrapping up in the backfield, making tackles for loss. Just hasn't really excelled in the sack category. I believe he's only got 1 or 2, if that. I mean, I don't even know if he has 1 this season. I'm hoping he does, though. If he does, I'd be more than impressed, but I'm really hoping he can get back there. Jarvis Landry in motion this time. Everyone's covered. Jarvis Landry makes a man miss. There's a flag on the play. Wrapped up there by DRC after a first down catch and run. Give him a gain of about 15, 16 yards on the catch and run. That's going to be on the offense, holding on J.C. Treader, the center. I believe he was the former Kansas City Chief not 100% sure. J.C. Treader, I'm trying to remember where I heard his name from. Sounds familiar. Tara Taylor throwing it and tried to break it up as Trey Boston, but completely whiffed. Seth DeValve being a very, very good, reliable target as well, as he's already got his second catch and total of 20 yards. Wayne Johnson wrapped him up on a big hit. Brings up 3rd and 10 for the Browns. Only down 4 with about 4 minutes left in this first half. And Tyrod Taylor bring them back. I mean, the Dolphins had a huge game last week where they literally made a 21-point comeback. A nice catch and run by Corey Coleman, where in real life he was actually let go by the Bills, who the Browns traded him to the Bills for, I believe, a draft pick or a player of some form. But he cleared waivers. I mean, he isn't on anybody's team, as well as Marcus Wheaton and I believe a couple of other big names. Or not Marcus Wheaton, Martavis Bryant. Sorry, wrong name. Joel Bitonio looks like he's going to get a little bit shaken up, going to be taken off the field. I believe Spencer Drango is going to be substituting at left guard for him. That's a big loss. Joel Bitonio was a very good pass-protecting guard. Oh, feeling the pressure. Cameron Wake almost gets there as David Njoku makes a nice catch on the corner route. Wrapped up there by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, the former longtime New York Giant. And as soon as he had free agency, I immediately knew I had to have him. He's a very talented corner, very fast, and very smart. And also wrap up tackle pretty well. Here we go, as the Browns are driving, trying to make something happen. Looking for a score here late in the first half. Carlos Hyde wrapped up immediately there, that time by Avery Williamson, the former Tennessee Titan. As this ground game has not done very much for this Cleveland Brown offense as much as it's done for the New York Jets offense. Here we go, it's Taylor in the gun. He's going to scramble, and that's a sack for Cameron Wake. He finally gets there, wraps him up. Tyrod Taylor was in the gun. He felt the pressure. He tried to scramble out, but Cameron Wake pretty much closed down any lane. I mean, he had it set, and he, Tyrod Taylor pretty much just ran right into him. So Cameron Wake, I believe that might be his first sack of the NFL season. I really hope it's not coming in week 3. I really hope he's got more than that. But if it is, that's congratulations for him, and hope. Oh, that's going to be a false start or encroachment on the defense.
False start, offense.
We false start on the offense this time. Like that's going to be on Chris Hubbard. Or no, that's going to be on Derek Newton, the former Texan. Houston, I'm guessing there was probably a trade or he got cut. Something along those lines where Derek Newton is now playing left tackle for the Cleveland Browns, trying to do what Joe Thomas has been doing for almost 10 years and over 10,000 snaps. And here we go, 4th and 19, looking to bring it even closer. This is going to be, I think, like almost a 60-yarder here, unless I'm completely skewed on my distance. And it's up, and does he have it? He does. He puts it through Zane Gonzalez for 3. He is 2 for 2 on the day. That's going to put it to a 6-7 ball game with 2 minutes left. This New York Jets offense is going to get a chance to make something happen. Let's see if Teddy Bridgewater can do something. As it looks like DeAnthony Thomas is going to make the catch, and he's going to take a knee in the end zone, not wanting to risk anything. I mean, it's just would have taken too long, and the blocks would have been shed. Teddy Bridgewater is going to come back out looking for just something, I guess. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left. 3 timeouts on both teams. Plenty of time. As Teddy Bridgewater doesn't like what he sees, he's going to change the play. Here's a handoff. This time to Jamal Charles, wrapped up there by Joe Schobert. JC has 7 carries. Not looking too good. Really want to keep him going. He had a good start to the game. Got to keep him on his feet. Got to keep him moving. Got to keep him rumbling and tumbling. As that's going to bring up the 2-minute warning. The outside run plays really seem to work as this Browns defense doesn't seem to have a whole lot of stoppage on the outside. I'm not really finding anything, so we're just going to go ahead and keep it on the ground up the middle, and a good carry. Jamal Charles tries to make a man miss. He's going to get wrapped up by the legs by TJ Carey as he almost broke that. He would have been gone, gone, gone. Coming out in a gun doubles formation here. Here we go, in the gun, dropping back. He's looking, he's trying to find somebody as he's going to scramble. He's rolling out. Teddy Bridgewater using his legs. And he's going to get wrapped up there by Jamie Collins and TJ Carey. Picked up the first down. Nice job by Teddy Bridgewater, doing what he did in Louisville, doing what he did in Minnesota, and now what he's doing in New York. I mean, I'm really excited for Teddy Bridgewater. He's got a lot of talent and a lot of potential for this team. With a minute left. No hurry, still 3 timeouts. Robbie Anderson in motion on the right side. A dump off to Davion Smith. The only touchdown scored today is by him. Is on the goal line. Teddy Bridgewater only has 85 passing yards, but he's slowly building those passing yards up. In the gun with Charles to his right. Teddy dropping back, dumping, quick pass. Tyler Croft tried to stiff arm, but that looks like a face mask on Brian Body Calhoun, who was moved from corner to safety, and I don't know where Demarius Randall went. I'm pretty sure he got hurt, or I didn't really check the injuries for the Browns today. That's going to be on Brian Body Calhoun, a 15-yard face mask penalty. Going to move him down to the 27-yard lines, as well as stop the clock. Now, the thing about this offense is they play really, really safe. But in the past 3 games, or in the past 2 games, they haven't really played all that safe. They've really been hucking it and praying and giving their big-time receivers an opportunity to make plays. And here's a big-time opportunity for Tyler Croft to make a play, and he was not able to do so. Broken up that time by number 28, and I believe the safety on the play, I believe Derek Kindred was in on the play as well. Field goal will make this back again to a 4-point game. A touchdown will make it a 7-point game, or we'll make it an 8-point game, actually. Teddy Bridgewater under center with a bunch to the right side. He's going to drop back. He's looking. He's got time, and he's got space. He's going to keep it. Teddy Bridgewater on his legs, and he's going to slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a big carry. And the first time out by this Jets team. Here we go, after the timeout, looking for either a touchdown or something here with 22 seconds left. 2 timeouts. Teddy Bridgewater as Tyler Croft and Robbie Anderson dropping back as he's looking. He's going to get sacked, wrapped up by, I believe, Michael Kendricks, bringing him down as they're going to call their second timeout. .16 seconds left. This offense is going to come back out, looking to score in the remaining seconds of this first half of play. Teddy Bridgewater under center. Jamal Charles to his right, or in the backfield at single back. Des Bryant to the left. Des Bryant beats his man, has no space. He's going to scramble. Tries to get Tyler Croft, and he's going to shake a man, and he's going to call his 3rd timeout with 8 seconds left as he brings it down to a 3rd and 6 as he is 7 yards shy of the goal line. Still a close game. Touchdown brings them to a bigger lead. 3 points brings them to only 4. And here we go. Looks like they're going to be going in the gun. 3rd and 6, 8 seconds left. If they catch it, but don't get it, gonna end the half. Robbie Anderson in motion. He's dropping back. He's going to fire a laser and broken up 4th down. Do they go for it? 4th and 6. Around the 7. Do they have a play that they've been saving for this? Yes, they do. So I have been practicing goal line situations, and Jamal Charles out of the backfield on a Texas concept with a V route out of the backfield is what we're going to run. We're going to try it, and incomplete as he turns it over on downs as they covered it perfectly, and that's going to call upon the Browns to take a knee and end the first half. At the end of the first half of play, Browns leading in passing yards, no turnovers on either side, and I feel like the next turnover is really going to make a big difference. So this is the only game, as it is a Thursday night game, but big games to watch are the Vikings at the Bills. Let's see, what are some other big games? Chargers at the Rams, LA Chargers at the Rams, Cowboys at the Seahawks. Let's see. Falcons and Saints. Redskins and Packers. Ravens and Broncos. There's a couple of games, but it's week 3. Not anything big. Only 1 touchdown scored and 2 field goals for the Browns. No huge plays as of recently. David Njoku's big pass was about as big as it got. Here we go to kick off as the Browns will get the ball to start the second half. Cairo Santos to kick off. Back to return is going to be number 11. That's Antonio Callaway, as he's not going to take the risk out of the end zone. And take a knee, and that's going to bring up 3rd down with 10 minutes here, and Tyrod Taylor is going to bring it out. He's gotten sacked once, so he hasn't been under too much pressure. He hasn't really had to scramble at all. I mean, he's stayed in the pocket. He's done a very good job at staying in the pocket, finding his receivers downfield. Dropping back, Tyrod Taylor throws a quick pass. Josh Gordon makes the catch that time, as there's going to be a flag called on the play.
Holding offense.
Holding once again, this time again on Derek Newton, the left tackle. Yeah, Joe Thomas wasn't somebody who really held a whole bunch. And Duke Johnson wrapped up there by Neville Hewitt.
You got him! You got him! Ha ha! You got him! Strong left! Strong left!
And looks like a handoff. Duke Johnson cuts to the outside and immediately wrapped up and met by Tano Passanier and by Trey Boston. Trey Boston, the former Charger and Carolina Panther, has been doing wonders for this team. And Taylor in the gun. He's going to get sacked once again. Cameron Wake with his 2nd on the day, bringing up 4th and 25. Punt goes out of bounds with no return. He catches it, but ends up being forced out of bounds. The New York Jets take over here with about 8:55 remaining. Dropping back and looking, firing, finding a wide open Des Bryant on a post route, wrapped up there by number 28, and I couldn't see the 2nd tackler, but Des Bryant makes a nice catch. Finally getting involved. like TJ Carey, and I don't know, maybe I'll get a better look. 28's is somebody. I don't know his name. Normally I know these guys' names. TJ Gaines, there we go. TJ Gaines, the former Bill. Under center, Jamal Charles in the backfield on first down. He's going to play action. He's going to roll out. He's going to fire a deep lob to Des Bryant, who almost comes down with it. TJ Carey making a nice play to break the pass up, but under a lot of pressure, Teddy Bridgewater was able to put down an accurate pass and at least get it in the hands of Des. Oh, I love these. So this is a wham play. I've talked about it before. It's basically where the tight end or receiver they motion in like it's just a pull block. It's just they got a good lead block and they're good enough they can smack somebody hard enough to make a big difference. Somebody who's really good at that was Roddy White, who's somebody who loved to crack people. Another person who's really good at it is Larry Fitzgerald. You ever watch Larry Fitzgerald run block for any of the running backs on the Cardinals, and you will see what I am talking about. Blitz sent and wrapped up. Kendricks with his second sack. It's going to bring up 4th and 14 once again, as Cleveland has 3 sacks, whereas the Jets only have 2. Struggling to hold on to the punt. Lachlan Edwards is going to get the punt blocked. Avery on the recovery. Not a good start. Lachlan Edwards already has 2 just struggled punts. Might be due to the fact that our long snapper's a little suspect. It is one of our tight ends. Put one of our tight ends at long snapper for a specific reasons, because he's fast. He can get down and he can make tackles. Wrapped up, Henry Anderson. Cleveland is almost within field goal range, so if the defense can keep them out of field goal range, that's going to be amazing defense for them. Or if they can force a turnover, that'd be even better. But Browns have an opportunity to score here if they can pull together something. I formation here for the Browns. Tyrod Taylor under center. Handoff again. Duke Johnson. Nowhere to go. Trey Boston says no, sir. Trey Boston's also done a very good job wrapping up, making beautiful tackles, making sure that nobody goes anywhere when it comes to anything near him. He's also been a very good defensive back in zone coverage. He's just an like I said, he's a very athletic safety, and he's done a very good job. Quick pass, almost caught but broken up that time. Neville Hewitt. Again, like I said, I like Neville Hewitt. He does a very good job. Calling a timeout on 4th and 14. I don't know why they have me go. I don't know why they have me go with a regular defense, because they're not going to fake it. Why would they fake it this far out? If they're going for the field goal, just go for the field goal block. I hate that they do that. I don't really pay attention to what they're calling or the amount of people that they have on the field. Here we go. And Baker Mayfield with the hold, and the kick is up. Might have had the distance, but was not accurate enough as he pulled it left. Zane Gonzalez's first miss. That's going to call upon the Jets offense back out at about the 50-yard line, called for 48. Teddy B in the gun, and he looks like he's going to run a drop play. Jamal Charles wrapped up there. Myles Garrett for carry about 4 yards. Let's go ahead and try and get Jamal Charles going to the outside here. Tyler Kroft to the right side. Now, Tyler Kroft is not a very good run blocker. I mean, he should be much better than they give him credit for. Wrapped up that time by TJ Carey. And bring up 3rd and 9, so a loss of 3 on the carry. Get it? TJ Carey on the carry. I made a pun. It wasn't that good, but I mean, you know, don't hate me. Des Bryant has a one-on-one matchup to that left side that we're going to try and test him. Putting it up for Dez, and Dez makes the catch down at the 13-yard line. That's a Des Bryant play right there. Teddy Bridgewater under a lot of pressure. Right as he gets sacked, he somehow is able to get rid of it. Des Bryant was thrown just far enough in front of Des Bryant that he was able to make the catch, and the corner was not able to make a play on the ball. Beautiful job for Des Bryant. doing a nice job of pulling it in, and that's exactly why we've got him. I mean, if it comes down to it, where we're able to re-sign him, guarantee you he's going to have another spot. Jamal Charles dives for the end zone on the toss play as he gets in the end zone after a 15-yard carry. His first rushing touchdown today. Jamal Charles, he was untouched. No one came near him. Beautiful blocking, ran the toss. They weren't ready for it, and that's why I saved the toss. I mean, I've been talking about running outside all day. The reason that I haven't run tosses is because as soon as you run tosses, they start running man-to-man like crazy. They start covering everybody. So you run a toss, and they've always got somebody there. I mean, it doesn't matter who you have blocking them. They're going to be there. They're going to be there to shut you down. They're going to have their safety on you. They might have a double team on the running back, or that kind of stuff. So you got to be really careful with what you call, and only call certain plays in certain situations. I mean, we made the nice catch, and it probably would have been a better idea to try and throw for a touchdown, get Teddy Bridgewater's confidence back up. But Antonio Callaway here, back to return. Oh, almost breaking some tackles. He's going to bring it out just shy of the 25 at the 22. Antonio Callaway in real life has made some huge plays with Baker Mayfield, which, he's really, I'm not surprised that he's on this 53-man roster for the Browns. I mean, he's a very, very good player. And out is going to come this Cleveland Browns offense once again. Tyrod Taylor, the former Bills star, and now Cleveland Browns captain. He's doing an okay job today. Not anything spectacular, as he's going to hand off again to Duke Johnson, as he's going to be met there by a host of New York Jets tacklers. 14 carries for Duke, and Trey Boston with 4 tackles today. I mean, I'm really liking this slider set I was able to find. I mean, the amount of tackles people are getting. I mean, I'm getting players who are getting 7-8 tackles a game, and I'm loving that. I'm loving that. I'm loving when Navarro Bowman gets 7 to 8 tackles a game. Deep pass, incomplete, intended for Jarvis Landry that time. Good coverage there by, looked like Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie and Trey Boston were the vicinity. Just looked like he overthrew him. If he would have thrown it a little bit more accurately, there might have been a bigger play, either a catch or a pick. One of the two. Still no turnovers to this point, halfway through the third. Taylor, empty set, running a screen, incomplete. I don't know where he was going with that. Guess he felt the pressure. That's going to bring up 4th down, and they're going to punt it. And DeAnthony Thomas back again, still back to return. Now, he's been talking to Lucky Whitehead about getting his number back. DeAnthony Thomas wore 13 when he played in Kansas City and when he played for Oregon. And DeAnthony Thomas breaking a tackle on the punt return, trying to make more men miss as he brings it out to the 48-yard line on a beautiful punt return. That's exactly why they've been punting it out of bounds, because they know that he's really very a special man, as he can make people miss left, right, and center. Good blocks, good return. He tried to make a spin on 2 defenders, and to no avail for that. James Burgess and Christian Kirksey, mostly Burgess on the tackle that time. Looking to keep it on the ground here, leading by 8. Looking to keep Jamal Charles' feet moving, trying to get him up to at least 100 yards a game. That is the goal. 100 yards and 30 carries is my goal for Jamal Charles every game. And that's going to be a loss of yardage that time. Looks like he's not going anywhere. Going to bring up 2nd and 11. I mean, it's not even just Jamal Charles. It's just keeping my backs going. Just letting them run and keep their feet moving. It also sets up the play-action game, which is also very deadly, considering who we have. And wrapped up that time once again. Looks like Michael Kendricks and Joe Schobert once again getting back there, giving them no time. We're not gonna try the play-action game on 3rd down. No need to. We'll bring up 3rd and 11. We'll look for a verticals play. Going to go ahead and have John Kuhn go ahead and block here, just in case of blitz. I know Michael Kendricks is like blitzing. They are going to blitz. Good blitz pickup, throwing a laser, almost intercepted. TJ Carey there, try and make the play, knocks it down. 4th and 11. Good job by Teddy Bridgewater to field the pressure. Here's the punt for Lachlan Edwards. He gets a hold of it this time, and he puts it up. And no return for Jarvis Landry, as they're going to pin it again at the 4-yard line. Another beautiful punt by Lachlan Edwards. When he can get a hold of the ball and he doesn't, juggle it in his hands, he has a beautiful leg. He can pin a ball like crazy. Out comes Tyrod Taylor down at the 4-yard line. He's gonna have to make something happen, as this defense more than likely is gonna send a blitz, which is what they're actually doing. Sending a man-to-man blitz. They're gonna be running to try and stuff the gaps. And Carlos Hyde is the back. Carlos Hyde on the carry. He's gonna pick up a gain of about 4, his 3rd carry of the day. Carlos Hyde should be the feature back, but Duke Johnson is just, I guess he just, has outperformed him, just, outplayed him, done a better job than Duke Johnson, or than Carlos Hyde has done. Carlos Hyde coming over from the 49ers, of course. Isaiah Crowell actually went to the Jets, but we traded Isaiah Crowell away. That's going to be a sack. Jordan Jenkins, sorry. Thought I saw 46. Number 48. Jordan Jenkins coming in on the blitz. Wasn't even a blitz, it was a man-to-man concept. The running back just stayed in to block. Running back actually leaked out, sorry, but Jordan Jenkins came in and wrapped him up, and Tyrod Taylor almost avoided it. Imagine if he would have ducked that sack. He would have been golden, but bringing up a 3rd and 11. 3:30 left in this 3rd quarter as they're backed up on the 2-yard line. Tyrod Taylor is probably going to run it. If they don't run it... Oh, handoff, fullback, Danny Vitale. I believe it's Danny Vitale or Danny Vitale, don't know, pronounce his name. Brings up a 4th and 9, is going to call on their main man. I believe that's Britton Colquitt on to punt. He's also one of the captains of the team. I don't know how he's a captain, but I guess he is. And here's the punt. There's no block, but they don't want him returning it. Anthony Thomas has already made that punt return, or that punt team look silly. They don't want him to continue doing that. So as we lead still in the game, I'm going to go and try and keep it again on the ground. In comes Davion Smith at the power back position. And, I mean, if things go right, I mean, DeMarco Murray and Orleans Darkwa might get traded. I mean, they might get, because why would I hold on to 2 players that I'm not going to use? Why would I, they're 2 high overall players that are going to get very few reps. And if Davion Smith is already doing a good job, I mean, Jamal Charles is already having good games. I mean, he's getting 30 carries a game. He's got the moves. He's making people miss. I mean, the only person I might, the big thing is going to be determine who's going to be the power back. Who's going to replace Davion Smith if Davion Smith can't keep performing. Playing pretty balanced here. I'm liking it. 21 rushes to 19 passes. I'm liking it. Dropping back, Teddy Bridgewater, looking, and sacked, wrapped up by Myles Garrett. Coming in to wrap him up, the former Texas A&M Aggie brings him down for a big loss. So another short 3 and out. Another punt for Lachlan Edwards, as he's going to put it up, as the return is going to be by Jarvis Landry. Makes a man miss, and wrapped up that time by Kuhn. Brings it down to the 25. 14 yards per return for Jarvis Landry. The All-Pro and multiple-time Pro Bowler and former Miami Dolphin. And I do find it funny that Jarvis Landry left the Dolphins, right? He got, I believe, traded or cut or signed or something along those lines. And so the Dolphins, in order to counter that, oh, big carry. Carlos Hyde picks up a big run that time. Whoa, Carlos Hyde breaking off. He found a hole and he hit it hard, and he just didn't let anyone stop him. Made a nice cut. Wrapped up that time by Trey Boston. Anyway, like I was saying, so the Dolphins lost Jarvis Landry. And who do they go to sign in his stead? They pick up Danny Amendola from the Patriots. Now, I'm just confused as to why they let Danny Amendola go. This was a nice tackle by Mike Pennell. I don't know why the Patriots let Danny Amendola go, even though he was basically the best receiver that they had when Julian Edelman was hurt. And now Julian Edelman's on a 4-game suspension. Oh, that's going to be encroachment on Mike Pennell. Shouldn't be a false start. That's going to be encroachment on Pennell.
Encroachment
there it is.
Defense.
That's going to be encroachment on the defense. Mike Pennell caught jumping. It's going to give him a free 5 yards. Make it a 2nd and 7. I mean, this defense isn't running much more than man-to-man. I mean, that's literally all we're running. It's the best thing we can run, and it's working. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Here's a handoff. Duke Johnson going to get wrapped up. Oh, he's going to power his way forward. Picking up a gain of 5. called 3rd and short. Anyway, it's just Danny Amendola made a good play. Now, you know, Julian Edelman's now on a suspension. I mean, they don't really have a whole lot of receivers. I mean, they cut Jordan Matthews. First down catch there by Corey Coleman, former Baylor Bear and track star as well. He's a speedster. He's actually not on the Browns or any team anymore, like I was saying earlier. It's just, I don't know, they've got Chris Hogan. I mean, Eric Decker retired. What else do they have? They have Chris Hogan. I mean, I'm trying to think. They've got Chris Hogan, they got Gronk, they got Sony Michel, they got James White. Who else do they have? I mean, they don't really have any superstar receivers. Julian Edelman's hurt, or not hurt, but suspended for 4 games. So we won't see hide nor tail of Julian Edelman for 4 weeks. Throw out of bounds, overthrown by Tyrod Taylor as he felt the pressure. And I don't know, it's just, there's a lot of factors that I'm just kind of confused about. I mean, I know they have Braxton Berrios. I mean, Devin Lucian's done a good job in the preseason, so I don't know where he stands, you know, with everything in the receiving category. I have to go look and see at the Patriots roster, the final cut days and everything. Tyrod Taylor trying to get out of there, but Tano Passignier picks up a sack coming off that right side, sacking him for a loss. And that's what I liked about Tano Passignier in Kansas City, is he's a great outside linebacking pass rusher. So now down 8, this Browns team has got to make a play. They're going to go ahead and still punt it here with 10 minutes remaining, 4th and 13. But this Browns team might be heading to another 0-3 start. Because, I mean, I don't think they've had a 4-0 start since 2008, 2004? Something along those lines. Like, they haven't had a 4-0 start in years. So, I mean, right now they might have another 0-3 start instead of an 0-4 start. I mean, I'm hoping they win a game. Hoping they don't lose every game again. Hoping Baker Mayfield maybe becomes available on the trade block. Here we go. Decent blocks. Jamal Charles wrapped up that time. Injury. Joe Schobert shaken up on the play. Not good for the defense, for Joe Schobert getting hurt. Myles Garrett has 2 tackles, and I believe he has 1 sack. Kendricks has the other 2 sacks, and then I think one other person, Jamie Meter has a sack. Good carry for Davion Smith. Give him a carry, gain about 9. His 3 carries, 10 yards, and a touchdown. I mean, Davion Smith's just a good power back. I mean, he does a good job. Brings up 3rd and 3. We're going to go ahead and look to hand off to Jamal Charles. See if this single back set 2 tight end formation can get him a first down carry, and looks like it will. It'll give him a first down carry and more, as he's going to pick up a big gain. 17 carries and 74 yards for the former All-Pro. Big game I'm looking forward to seeing. Week 1 is the Atlanta Falcons and the Eagles. I want to see how... flag on the play. It looks like a holding call on the offensive line. But Falcons-Eagles, the Falcons have always had playoff potential. They're finally becoming a consistent playoff team. It's going to be on Brandon Shell, the right tackle. I mean, they're a consistent playoff team. Julio Jones, when he's healthy, puts up huge numbers. Matt Ryan, when he's on target, puts up huge numbers. Devontae Freeman is one of the most balanced backs in the NFL, as he's such a utility back. Mohamed Sanu is underrated like crazy. Their tight ends are becoming, are making more plays. Eric Saubert and, Austin Hooper. That offensive line, though, is the big question mark. Their defense has gotten better. Tack McKinley, Brooks Reed. They no longer have Dontari Poe, sadly, but Grady Jarrett, the guy who is, I believe, the leader. Robbie Anderson off to the races. Will he be caught? Yes, he will. Wrapped up Brian Body Calhoun after making 2 people miss. Nice job, Robbie Anderson. Almost took it to the house that time on that catch and run to would have given Teddy Bridgewater his first touchdown. His first reception goes for 44. Big play, nicely well done, drawn up, and good moves by Robbie Anderson. Like I was saying, so their defense has gotten better. Now, Duke Riley at middle linebacker is the only question, or outside linebacker is the only question mark. I mean, Devondre Campbell and Deion Jones. Oh man, look at these ankles that they're giving them. These breaking people's ankles. Kendricks gets beat, completely juked, and then EJ Gaines just, he just kind of throws and just kind of pushes him off to the side, and then he just sticks his foot in the ground and then accelerates. Beautiful job. Their corners, Desmond Trufant, Robert Alford. I mean, their free safety, I don't know why they cut Ron Parker. Ron Parker at free safety would have been much better than Allen, which is, Ricardo Allen that they already have. That's just a personal opinion. I mean, Ricardo Allen played fine when they went to the Super Bowl, so I mean, I guess he's decent. But I just think that Ron Parker would have been a better safety to have at free safety for him, considering how he plays when he was in Kansas City. The only reason he got let go is because Daniel Sorensen pretty much just was outperforming him in the fact of just his versatility. Ron Parker is a very versatile back, but considering they have Eric Berry and John Kuhn with the carry this time, but he's going to lose yards. Called a loss of 5. He's up 3rd and 7. Anyway, and then they've got Keanu Neal at strong safety. So, I mean, they have a lot of talent on that defense. It's just, can they pull it together? Throwing a laser, knocked away by Kendricks, and that's going to call on a field goal here. As Teddy Bridgewater might go with this game without a touchdown pass, which will suck, but, I mean, a win's a win. I'm going to have to start testing people in situations when we start. I mean, if we go into a game where we're playing somebody with tremendous talent, and where they can really lock us up and shut us down, I mean, that's when I'm going to start testing them. I mean, that's when you start shot plays. That's when you start, play action passes and deep gun, gun formation, spreading it out and hucking it deep. Back to the analysis. So the Falcons have a very good team going into this first game. The Eagles are starting Nick Foles. I'm very curious to see how that's going to go, considering Nick Foles had a very tough game against the Patriots backups. I mean, I don't know how that's going to go. I mean, I'm excited to see the Eagles, play the Falcons. I'm really rooting for the Falcons in this one, to be honest, just because and it's not because I'm a Patriots fan and I want the Eagles to lose, but I just don't think the Eagles have the same team. I mean, Nick Foles is not as versatile as Carson Wentz. Yeah, Nick Foles went and caught a touchdown pass, but it was drawn up. He doesn't have the versatility that Carson Wentz does. He doesn't have the mobility. He doesn't have the adaptability that Carson Wentz does. Nick Foles has struggled his entire career as a quarterback, and he wins the Super Bowl, and everyone goes crazy. Anyway, Eagles no longer have LeGarrette Blount. At running back, they have Darren Sproles and Jay Ajayi. Wide receiver, they still have Alshon Jeffrey. They still have, let's see. They still have Tyler, or it's not Tyler, it's, or is it Tyler? It's, no, Zach Ertz. Sorry, Zach Ertz at tight end. They have Alshon Jeffrey wide receiver. They still have Nelson Aguilar at wide receiver. I think they actually have Mike Wallace as well at wide receiver. Quick pass, caught Corey Coleman on the slant route, covered DRC that time. Offensive line, they have Lane Johnson, Jason Peters, Brandon Brooks, Jason Kelsey. Their left guard is the only questionable position. Let me think. Defensively, corners, they're a little bit struggling. They no longer have the stud corners they used to. Linebacker, they still have Jordan Hicks. They still have Nigel Bradham. They've got Brandon Graham and number 96, their rookie last year. Oh, almost sacked by Cameron Wake for a third time today. They also have Fletcher Cox. Let me think. Safety, they have strong safety. They've got number 27, Malcolm Jenkins. I mean, it's going to be a good game, to be honest. I really don't know how it's going to go, and I really am just curious to see how it plays out. So, the first NFL game, when it does come out, is going to be interesting to me. I mean, I'm probably going to have to upload these, a whole lot quicker before the first game, just because, talking about the first week beforehand. But,
personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
That's going to be roughing the passer on Cam Wake. Oh, that's going to be a Tano Pasinian. I mean, he's a good pass rusher, but he's got to watch himself. 17-6 is the score right now. 11-point lead by the Jets. 5 minutes, called 6 minutes left in this final quarter of play. Tyrod Taylor looking, and sack. Wrapped up once again, Tano Pastigny. And the two defensive ends are meeting for sacks as they both have 2. Very nice job by the defensive ends today, and I'm loving it. Here we go, looking, dumping, DeVal with the catch. Called again about 11. Wrapped up by Terrence Brooks. I mean, now that we have a lead, I mean, I might throw Darnold in. Give him some reps. Probably not, though. Ricardo Lewis makes a catch and a man miss. As they are really pushing to score here. Tyrod Taylor pulling his clutch jeans out of his back pocket. Can't tell if that's going to be a false start or encroachment for him.
False start, offense.
False start on the offense is going to push him back. Derek Newton. Not... Man, I find out why the Texans let him go. Or let him go to the Browns or whatever. I mean, he's a false start machine. He just wants to jump all the time. Here we go, looking. Catch. Njoku forced incomplete that time. Neville Hewitt. And this Jets team is very talented. I've done a very good job at building this Jets team, and I'm excited to see them go in the future. And I might start uploading a little bit quicker. Putting more videos up faster, maybe on a daily or semi-daily basis. Handoff that time. Duke Johnson, big hit, fumble. And picked up by the defense. Picked up by Navarro Bowman. Cameron Wake on the big smack, I believe. He might run this one again, I'm not sure. Who came with the big hit? Yep, Cameron Wake smacks him. And then Navarro Bowman picks it up, as that might end the hopes. That might end the hopes for a comeback for this Browns team. 4 minutes, call it just shy of 5 minutes left in this final quarter. Here's a handoff to Jamal Charles as he cuts it back. He picks up a good carry there, almost 100 yards for him today again. Pretty consistent for him. Nobody's really made, I mean, Robbie Anderson was the only one that really made a big play today. Another outside handoff. Well, Charles with a good carry back to the line of scrimmage barely. Brings up 3rd and 4. And it's pretty much been run, pass for us so far. Been pretty balanced. Dropping back, looking. Oh, firing a laser outside. Caught Quincy Enunwa with a catch. Get him a first down. Wrapped up E.J. Gaines that time. Quincy Enunwa being a good receiver as well. Doing a very, very fine job at being a slot receiver. I mean, he's picked up that slot role very nicely. We're going to look for a play action pass here. Probably going to look for Robbie Anderson or Des Bryant deep. Teddy Bridgewater dropping back as he's going to look. He's going to roll. He's going to roll. And he's going to fire on the run. Des Bryant on the sideline makes the catch. 25-yard reception for Des Bryant. I believe his 3rd or 4th catch today. A nice throw on the run. 4 receptions, almost 100 yards for Des Bryant today. And I mean, we didn't really care about his ego. We just said, pay the man. Oh, Davion Smith to the outside. Tries to truck through one man and does. Trucks through Burgess and picks up a good carry there. 4 yards, 2nd and 6 for Davion Smith. Then out comes Jamal Charles once again. Teddy Bridgewater in the pistol. They're blitzing. Looks like this outside run might work and go for big. Jamal Charles tries to make a man miss. Wrapped up that time by number 26. Eric Kindred on the tackle. That's going to give 100 yards to Jamal Charles. We got 154 yards of offensive rushing yardage, which is beautiful. Oh, Davion Smith not making anybody miss, but 5 carries, 13 yards and a touchdown for him. To not a bad day. 2nd tackle for a loss by Myles Garrett, and this Browns team just could not pull it together. Still looking for a passing touchdown for Teddy Bridgewater, so we're not going to force anything, of course, but if we can find something, we're going to look for it. We're going to test it, throwing a laser, and picked off by Brian Body Calhoun. And I didn't force it. He broke off, but Brian Body Calhoun made the cut down on the play. And that's going to give 2.5 minutes to this Cleveland offense. I highly doubt they're going to do anything with it. But, I mean, don't count your cards before don't count your chickens before they hatch. Quick pass to Njoku. Move the chains as David Njoku has 7 receptions, 89 yards, and no touchdowns today. Not a touchdown scored by the Browns, whether on the ground or through the air. So that's also surprising. Corey Coleman, Jarvis Landry, and Josh Gordon are the receivers. David Njoku rolling out. Or not David Njoku, Tyrod Taylor scrambling, and he's going to pick up a gain of about a yard. So nothing crazy. Call it a gain of 2, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. Tyler Kroft has a shoulder tear, so looks like he's going to be out for a good 6 weeks. Not a good sign for Tyler Kroft. Tyler Kroft was our most reliable tight end. He was making all the plays, all the catches. Looks like Clive Walford's going to take over for that. Tyrod Taylor rolling out to the left. He's going to throw and sideline catch Josh Gordon. The Flash making a nice catch. As he's going to pick up a 1st down. Move it to the 42. Brings up the 2-minute warning. This defense has got to make some stops. They've got to force a turnover. They've got to fumble. Can we get a pick? Or can we get a strip sack? Let's get another sack for Cameron Wake. Cameron Wake coming off the edge hard and strong and fast, trying to rip through. Good defense, or good offensive blocking. Knocked away that time by, that looks like Vernon Hargraves. Cameron Wake, I mean, I loved that job. I mean, number 74, Chris Hubbard, did a very good job at containing him, but he eventually got thrown to the ground. Cameron Wake is a very powerful man, very strong man, and once he gets into you, ooh, you're in for a day. And almost another sack and almost a pick. Josh Gordon makes a nice catch. Cameron Wake almost had another sack. He's doing a very good job as a pass rusher today. He's really shutting me up. Make me eat my words. Chris Hubbard with the good blocks. Dump off. That time to Njoku. Doesn't make anyone miss. With 1.5 minutes remaining. Going with the no-huddle offense. Here we go. They're looking to... They got to score quickly here. They need points. Tyrod Taylor. Dump off once again to Njoku. Njoku has like 10 catches already now. Big catching day. Big receiving day for David Njoku. Is they're just dumping it off to the flats? Here we go, 3rd and 4. They need to convert here on 3rd down, otherwise it's going to bring up 4th down. Dumping it off, almost intercepted there. Jamal Adams with the pass breakup. Field goal isn't going to do them any good. They need a touchdown. Oh, but they're going to go for the field goal. They're going to take their 3 to keep it close, to make it an 8-point game. And they're going to go for the onside kick. Quincy Wilson coming off the edge as the field goal is good from Zane Gonzalez. That makes it an 8-point game. The onside kick, if they recover it, they have a chance, and this game could go to OT. Imagine that. The Browns coming back and beating and tying it up to take the Jets to OT, but looks like it's not going to be as Navarro Bowman falls on that ball. And with this Jets run game, and this game is sealed. 3 timeouts, though. If the Jets drive down and either kick a field goal or score any points, it's over. Nice job by Myles Garrett to break a tackle, or to break shed the block. There we go. Brings up a 2nd and 12 for tackle in the backfield. First timeout by the Browns. Out comes Clive Walford at tight end, as he's going to be replacing Tyler Kroft for the probably 6 to 8 weeks that he's going to be out. Finding him wide open. First catch. I mean, Clive Walford had a nice preseason. He was already slated to be the starting tight end. It's not a big difference. I mean, yes, Tyler Kroft is a nice tight end to have. Of course, he's going to be with our future. I mean, based on when he comes back, if he comes back around mid-year, I mean, I might sign him for a 2-year extension. Davion Smith with a nice carry there. And the final timeout for the Browns offense, or for the Browns defense, sorry, as it looks like this game is wrapped up. So, I mean, there's not a lot that this Jets team really needs to do. Good carry there. Jets just need to continue on this spree of winning games. Jets had 216 yards of passing offense today. Could have been a little bit better with 33 seconds left. They're going to bring out Davion Smith on 3rd and 5. Trips are a bunch set to the right side, and Des Bryant to the left. They're going to chew this clock down to probably about 10, 15 seconds. Looks like they might go down to 10 seconds. And then hike it. The last carry to Davion Smith. Flag on the play. Looks like it might be a holding call on the offense. Then the game. Todd Bowles not looking too happy, but
Holding offense.
that is going to be a holding call. That's going to be on the left or the right tackle, Brandon Shell. Brandon Shell has been a problem child for this offense. Brings up 3rd and 15. Looks like they're going to give John Kuhn the final carry. 7 seconds remaining. Here we go. And John Kuhn's going to try and fight through, but wrapped up there by Christian Kirksey. And the game is over. The Jets win 3 straight. Browns off to an 0-3 start. Not a good job for Hugh Jackson. And look at some of the highlights here. Navarro Bowman with the fumble recovery. That's a juke, but not a very good picture. Keno Pasnio with a sack. Des Bryant, that's a beautiful picture right there of that catch. So the Jets win. 2 takeaways, though, by the Browns, sadly. But the Jets had a very solid game. Nothing too surprising, nothing too crazy. Pretty boring, but pretty solid. And they just need to continue on this trend of making plays. They continue to make plays, and they continue to play like this, and they're going to have a beautiful, beautiful job. And I guarantee you they'll make the playoffs if they keep doing this. Let's take a look at the stats for the Jets. Off the Browns for the Jets. So Teddy Bridgewater has 75.9 QB rating, went 15 for 25, 243 yards, 60% completion percentage, no touchdowns and a pick. Rushing, Jamal Charles had a touchdown, 104 yards off of 22 carries. Davion Smith went 8 for 16 and a touchdown. Tyler Kroft, who's now injured, had 4 receptions, 56 yards, no touchdowns. No receiving touchdowns today, sadly. Des Bryant had 4 receptions again, 97 yards. So Des Bryant might be on pace to lead the league in receiving yards again this year, or hopefully this year. 3 sacks were allowed, 1 by Spencer Long, 1 by Brandon Shell, and 1 by Jamal Charles. Defensive line, Jermaine Johnson with 7 solo tackles, no assisted tackle. They're all his own. Trey Boston with 6 solo tackles and 3 assisted, total of 9. The leader in total tackles was, of course, Trey Boston. Terrence Brooks was in the game a lot. He had 7 total tackles. Otherwise, I think it was pretty much on kick and punt returns that he made a lot of these. Cameron Wake had 5 solo tackles. Tackles for loss was led by Trey Boston with 2 QB sacks for Passanio and Cameron Wake. Jordan Jenkins also got in there for a sack. No picks for anybody except for the Browns. Kicking, 1 field goal attempted and 1 field goal made, 2 extra points. Punting had 6 punts actually today. That was a lot of punts. 263 punting yards, and the net was 215. 1 block, 2 inside the 20, 1 touchback, and his longest was 55. Kick returns, 2 for DeAnthony Thomas and a quote 1 for Navarro Bowman. But DeAnthony Thomas had 2 for 63 yards and almost broke 1, and then same with the punt return, 1 for 33 and almost broke it as well. So nothing crazy, nothing big stat-wise. I'm going to go and advance the week. So we'll see what happens. I know who we play next week, but Benabin Wickery gets the opportunity to level up. I'm going to go ahead and give that to him. Makes him a 71. And he moves +1 catching and +3 to zone coverage. So now he has 80 zone coverage. Jesus. That's really good. He actually went to San Jose State, which is really cool. One new injury. Tyler Kroft is out for how many weeks? 6? Only 5. Tanner McAvoy comes back next week, so, I mean, not too big of a loss. So let's go ahead and advance the week, get our players back that come back from injury. And then we play the Jacksonville Jaguars here in week 4. So a lot of people have been cleared. Leonard Williams has been cleared. We're going to go ahead and keep Henry Anderson in because he's had a sack, 7 total tackles, 4 tackles, and 3 assisted tackles. We're going to start Henry Anderson in his stead. DeMarco Murray is going to definitely be started over by Jamal Charles, who Jamal Charles has been dominating, and Jamal Charles is going to continue to be my starting back over DeMarco Murray. And same thing with Orleans Darkwa. So we're going to go ahead and let Jamal Charles rack up some XP. Returning from injury, Steve McLendon is back, which is awesome. So it's going to be McLendon and Henry Anderson at D-tackle now. Now we have 2 much, much better defensive tackles, which is nice. And then Tanner McAvoy is now available to play at tight end. Of course, he is a little bit better than Clive Walford, slightly better, but much, much, much faster. Also slightly taller, much more agile. Not as strong, and not as good of a receiver. He is a much better route runner than Clive Walford. So a lot of give and take with that. D-tackle, however, Steve McLendon is going to be the starting defensive tackle, and our starting rush DT is also going to be. I'm going to change that back to Henry Anderson because Henry Anderson's doing a pretty good job. Steve McLendon's probably going to retire soon. So Teddy Bridgewater's going to continue being the starter until Sam Darnold in practice. I mean, until he is making plays that I want him to make. I mean, we're going to keep Teddy B. Teddy B's doing a good job. You know, he's much quicker, much faster. And it's just he's doing a good job. I mean, so we'll see what happens with Sam Darnold in the future. Going to continue on the same path, and I will catch you guys next time. I'm going to take care of the training. I'm going to take care of the scouting, and I'll probably take care of signing contracts based on certain people. Steve McLendon is available. He hasn't done anything for us this year, so we'll see what happens. Same thing with Robbie Anderson and Tyler Croft. So until then, I will catch you guys next time. Let me know what you guys think the season's going to turn out. Let me know who you guys feel the Super Bowl champion's going to be, etc., etc., etc. I will catch you guys next time. Have a great day.